it's Mary, and today I'm going to be doing my June and July book wrap-up because it's been crazy, and I'm going to have a whole nother video about everything that's going on in my life so that you guys know what's going on, but this video is going to be strictly about the books. Now, in July, this current month, I've only read like 3 books because everything has been so hectic, but I read like 17 books or something like that in June. So let's begin. I'm not quite sure what order I read them in. If you want to know what order I read them in, you can definitely go check the Goodreads. There's definitely a link down below. There better be. But I did get to read the Selection series. Now, I don't have the first one here because I borrowed the books from my friend and I haven't given them back yet. Sorry, Yvonne. I will get them back to you, promise. But I got the first one from the library. So here's a picture of what the first cover looks like. And now I got the rest of the series. And I just absolutely loved this series. It was very unique. It was like a dystopian version of The Bachelor. And I don't watch The Bachelor. But, and I don't think I could have enjoyed this book as much if I had watched The Bachelor. But if you watch it on a regular basis, you might like this. So it's kind of similar to that. There's one guy and he's picking out of like these 50 girls or so to see who's going to be his princess and wife. And he's a prince. And it's really, really cool. And I can tell why some people would think that the character America Singer is a little bit annoying because she just can't make her decision. Do you want this guy? Do you want that guy? Just come on, make your decision. But overall, I really liked this series. So I also read the next one, which is The Elite. And then I read The One. And actually, is this one the signed one? This is the signed one. My friend got these signed, and so this is the signed one. I'm going to show them off for her. And then after The One, the main character changes, and I can't give anything else away than that. But then it goes to The Heir, and then The Crown. Now, my friend also lent me Happily Ever After, which is the group of novellas that follow along different characters and give you some background into some other characters, and I just did not get to that one. After speed reading the first 5 of these, I was just not ready. I was kind of tired of the characters and the world, and I needed to move on. It's still on my shelf, and I might get to reading it someday, but just not right now. My friend also lent me her copy of Everything Everything, now I'm going to butcher this name, by Nicola Yoon, and she has written another book called The Sun Is Also a Star, which my friend got the advanced reader copy of, and before I get to read that one, I'm going to have to read this one so that I kind of have an idea of her writing style, and I'm able to judge it a little bit better on how well the writing style is compared to this one. And I absolutely love this one. My mom's currently reading it, and she's a little bit worried about what's going to go on in this book because it definitely tugs on your heartstrings a little bit, but I promise you guys, it's an amazing book. You have to pick up this book. This book is everything. Everything. Sorry, that was really cheesy. Now, I'm going to be a business student, which I will talk about in the next video, but my dad has been having me read some of his business books. So this month he had me read Whale Done by Kim Blanchard. It's a very good book. And he also had me read The 1 Minute Manager, which I had gotten him the new 1 Minute Manager, which is just kind of an updated version of the 1 Minute Manager. And so that's the one that I read. And both of these are very, very good business books, and I highly suggest that you read them. Even if you are not a business student, you still work in a business no matter where you work. Schools are a business, restaurants are a business, bookstores are a business, and so are grocery stores where I have been currently working. And so these help with just everything in general, even in just normal life. So it's definitely something that you can go and pick up reading. It's a very easy read, and it's not just like a list of, oh, you can do this better, and oh, you can do this better. But it's actually told in a story format, so you really get everything across, and it just flows so well. So definitely go pick up these books. And again, that is Well Done and the new 1 Minute Manager. So next in the month of June, the Booksplosion crew, Jesse, Kat, and Christine, did a Hunger Games Appreciation Month. So I went to McKay's, our local used bookstore, and I got to pick up some very nice copies, hardcover copies of the Hunger Games, and I got to read these over again. I hadn't read them since like the 8th grade, so I got to pick out some really interesting new aspects that I hadn't seen the first time I had read it, and maybe hadn't been put into the movies, which I had seen more recently. And Catching Fire had been my least favorite one. I just really hated on it, and I like it a lot more the second time that I've read it. It's still not my favorite. Mockingjay is still my favorite, but I'm gonna hate a little bit less on Catching Fire now that I have reread it. And The Hunger Games is still such a original story format, and it was definitely on the cusp of the dystopian era, so it just set a huge precedent for everybody wanting the dystopian books. And go pick it up. It's really, really good. So, yeah. Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. And I also, can we talk about the cover art for a minute? I mean, they look kind of basic when you just look at them, but these first two, it's the little Mockingjay pin, but you can also tell that it's like in a target, like it's in like somebody's sights, like when they're gonna shoot something. And that's the same with the next one, which is an actual Mockingjay, and it's in somebody's sights. And I love that in the book Mockingjay, the Mockingjay here, it has its wings spread, and it's not really focused in on it. And I don't know, that's just like a little thing that came across my mind. Like, you can see Katniss's journey just by looking at the covers. You don't even know what's going on in the books if you haven't read them or seen the movies, but you can definitely see the progression and the growth of the character through the covers without giving anything away. And I love that. Earlier in June, which is actually the last video that I put up, man, I needed to upload some more videos this past month, but I got to meet the author Rick Yancey, which was phenomenal, just amazing guy that let me interview him and everything. It was a great experience for me, and I got to meet him, and he signed all of my books, which I also had bought this past month, which, let's see if I can't find his. Wrote it in silver. It's Rick Yancey. And I read The Fifth Wave. The first time that I read this one was earlier when it had first come out, before they had even sold the rights to be a movie, and I found it really hard originally to like follow along with, but after I'd seen the movie and I came back to it and read the rest of them as well, I reread this one, and then I read The Infinite Sea, and his final one, which is what the book signing tour was for The Last Star. And I actually got to figure out which characters were speaking at the time, and it flowed a lot better for me. But if you don't know, The Fifth Wave is about this girl named Cassie who is in an alien apocalypse that's currently happening. It's not the dystopian where something's already happened and these are the survivors, and there's like a new civilization set up like most dystopians, but this is like happening in the current happening of the apocalypse. It's from a girl's point of view, and there's aliens. And that's basically all I'm going to be able to say on this without any spoilers. But yeah, if sci-fi is your thing, definitely pick up this book. The Infinite Seed is much shorter and smaller, but you get to see some character development, and that's the same with The Last Star, which is still a pretty hefty book in itself. Still not as big as the first one, but it had an ending that... It's an ending. I can't say I'm entirely pleased with it, but yet I am. So that's just, you're just gonna have to read it. The Last Star, everybody. So the last book that I read in the month of June was My 7th Grade Life in Tights by Brooks Benjamin, and this is Brooks Benjamin's first novel, and it got picked up by Penguin Random House, which is very cool, very impressive. It's a middle grade novel about this kid whose dad wants him to play football, but he wants to dance, and there's this scholarship that he's trying to get so that he can be part of a studio, but his dance crew doesn't like studios, and it's a crazy hullabaloo, and it was funny and awesome, well written, characters were very well developed. I was thoroughly impressed. So, and Brooks Benjamin lives like 20 minutes from my house, no joke. So yeah, go pick this book up. It's so good. It's a middle grade novel, easy read, but definitely worth your time. My 7th Grade Life in Tights, everybody. Now for the very last bit is the very few books that I have read in the month of July, and definitely go to my next video that I will upload soon, and that'll tell you everything that's been going on, which I can't wait to talk about, but it's way too much for this video. But in the month of July, I've only read a few books, and I know July is not over yet, and I might read like one more. But I picked up Red Queen. It was a reread, and I loved it even more than I think I did the first time. And like the first time that I had read it, and I looked at it on my shelf, I was like, I remember like stuff about this, but like nothing important, and I just remember liking it. So I went back and I reread it, and then I had already bought Glass Sword, which I read, and I loved even more, I think, for the second book in a trilogy. I think it's a projected trilogy, yeah. And the third book's available for pre-order now, so go pick that up. Go get one of those, that's amazing. It came out for pre-order the day I finished this book, which was so cool. But for a second book in a projected trilogy, I was very impressed with the development of not only the characters, but the world. Definitely go pick up this series. So, if you don't know, it's about this world that's separated by blood, and there's silver blood, and these people have like powers and stuff, and then there's people with red blood, and they're just normal humans. But then there's these select few reds that are like these new bloods, and they have red blood, but they have like silver abilities, and abilities that silvers don't actually have. And our main character kind of finds out that she's one of these people, and she's got all of these crazy things going on around her, and she gets stuck pretending to be a silver at this one point, and just go pick up the series. It's very, very, very good. And finally, for like the third time in my life, I have picked up The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, which again, I love this book. I have only gotten halfway through this book, but I love it, and I just end up setting it down, and I just don't pick it back up, and I don't know why. So I am determined to finish this book. I'm currently reading it right now, and I'm determined to finish it. I feel sad and bad for myself, and for this book mostly, and I'm kind of mad at myself for the way that I've treated this book. It's a paperback, but that doesn't mean it deserves any less love, and it has just been through so much. It's been shoved in backpacks. I took it to the beach. It got water in it, and it's just falling apart, and I feel so sad for this. It deserves for me to finish reading this, so I will. Hopefully. It deserves. But if you like it so far, I've loved it, and it's about these like magicians, and it's in the 1800s. Is it in the 1800s? Where am I now? It's like 1891 where I've stopped. and there's a circus and it only comes at night and it's really mysterious, and just pick it up. It's really good. And it's an adult book. I don't think you'll find it in a young adult shelf. It's something that young adults would enjoy too. I'm trying to read a little more outside of the young adult genre, and this is definitely something that people trying to do that could definitely pick up. So that's The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Go pick it up, guys. So I have a huge pile of books on my floor. I've read a ton this past month or so, and guys, just keep reading. I know that when I get to school, I'm not going to be able to read as much as I'm going to want to because I've got to focus on my studies, but definitely make time to read, guys. So I think that's it for this video. That's basically what I've read the past couple of months, and so if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, comment down below if you've read these books, if you've liked them, if you want to read them. Just kind of give me some of your feedback there, and click that subscribe button for more. That's it for this video. I love you guys. God loves you. Read on. Bye!